Forgive me. But, what we'll do today is, of course, we'll do, introductions. I'll let you guys know a little bit about myself, find out about you guys, and then I'll ask the question now, who all have access codes and,
Mine's in tuition.
oh, okay, yeah. You have access code, Mr. Allen?
Yeah, same here, it says it's included, wanna say I have access already.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what, take it back, it's not, accessible at the moment.
We'll play around with it tonight, and then what I like to do is I'll let you guys pretend you're working in corporate America, and you'll figure it out. If not, we have to reach out to the bookstore and find out what's going on.
Yeah, cause I noticed that it said that I had access to it, and it says that it lasts until the end of the semester.
Okay.
But when I'm on it, and I was, looking at the book, it says I have a 32-day temporary access, so I didn't really.
We'll play around with it, we'll look at it and see. Usually they do a 30-day
How do you
free
access to
access
this
for
lab here?
those who need time to pay.
Yeah.
But we'll figure out what's going on. I'm not familiar with this Cengage, but together we'll work through it.
And Mr. McClain, I do got another question, is there, general access to these computers, cause they're saying CIS student?
Is there not something written on where the computers are?
No, they don't have anything.
They gave
Oh,
it to me,
wait.
so I guess I'll put it on the,
No, here's one.
I guess it's in.
yeah, you should have one of these somewhere on the
Okay,
desk.
yep,
And it has their access, username and password that everyone will use. CIS student and CIS lowercase d, uppercase B, 005 at sign. But it should be on your desk. If not, I'll hand you this. All right. So anyone do anything interesting between the summer and now? This term?
Study.
Study? Oh, wow, you're good.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in school, there's no way I would study between breaks.
I've been outside for some fresh air to get some sunlight to stretch your arms.
Okay, good.
Just work.
Work, yeah.
Work and study.
Get yourself
Always a good
energized.
thing, work, study. So, we'll get started. It'll be a brief class tonight. What I'll do is go through most of you guys have already done the no-show assignment. Thank you for that. Like most of the class have already finished, more than half of the class. But those who haven't, I'll give you an opportunity to finish the no-show tonight. I'll get started with introduction of myself, and then I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. And when you introduce yourselves, I'm thinking with this class, I'll be honest, I need to go through it and see which approach I'm gonna take to teach it. So what I'm gonna ask you guys is how much
Hi, sorry we're late.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Mr. McClain, what's up, man?
Yeah, all right.
Hey,
how
what
you
happened? I told you I'll take you the second semester.
got- Okay.
Alright, sometimes I gotta come in with style, that's all.
Okay, no, you guys are fine.
What's up, boss?
You got it.
Yeah, I'm giving demerits next
cracking?
time. And yelling. No, I know it. But yeah, I'm trying to make it.
Update for
I'm
some.
trying to make it fun. Yeah, I'm trying to make it fun, so I'll go through this, which I'm pleasantly surprised that it's using Microsoft. And each lesson has a lab built into it. So when you guys are doing your introduction, let me know how much you know about GitHub, if you've ever used it, which technologies you use the most, or not at all, Microsoft or Linux, how much you know about those, and just an introduction of who you are, what's your major. I assume, but it's never good to assume. Most of you guys are cybersecurity majors. Let me know what your interests are and what do you want to gain out of this class. And my goal is to take all that information, to digest it, and to get creative over the next few weeks. Since I was told I could implement AI in the class. So I'll look at how we could do that to give you guys more ammunition for either progression within your careers if you're already working, or to get the inside track on jobs by not only getting this information, but also building some knowledge around AI, prompting, and how to leverage the artificial intelligence to help you in not only this class, but any class that allow you to use it. So we'll take that approach. Any questions before we get started?
The network change detected.
Good. Network change?
Change on my computer.
Oh, with those, you're gonna have to use, you should have a form somewhere on your desk with access. Tell me how to get in. All right, so first of all, welcome to the class. Hope to make it as boring as possible. No, I'm sorry. I hope to make it as fun as possible. The reason I say that is this class in the past, it's been more PowerPoints and learning about NIST and ISO and how to set up a cybersecurity program. And we still will, we'll go through that. But as I indicated earlier, to my surprise, we have a lot of labs around Microsoft, and within a lot of enterprise industries, they use Microsoft for identity access management and managing the overall cybersecurity policies and procedures. So it's good because you'll learn what individuals are doing on a day-to-day basis in the real world. We'll watch Sun Tzu tonight and some of his sayings, and as we go throughout the course, I'll relate how some of his sayings are related to cybersecurity, and particularly cybersecurity around policy and procedures. So that being said, I'll go ahead and get us started telling you a little bit about myself. I've worked in multiple arenas, from cybersecurity to telecom to network areas. I worked some in insurance in my earlier career, and the way I got started, thinking some of you guys have heard the story, so I'll try to be creative and change as much as I can and keep the content basically the same. So when I was younger and finished college, I was an international relations major, political science, international relations with a business minor. And I was fortunate to get accepted to law school and also to get accepted into an international relations program in France to study for 1 year. So what happened? It's like, I did absolutely none of that. I took a year when I finished college, I got married, and I started working for a small commercial contract company. And that was probably, when I think back, probably the best thing that ever happened in my life, because I was able to do everything. It was a small 25 person organization, and I was able to learn more about IT because they didn't have an IT administrator. I was able to learn about because unfortunately their financial person passed away like shortly after I started. I was able to learn about business, and one day when I was sitting down talking to the controller, he asked me, he was like, "Oh wow," he was like, "You must be smart. I'm happy for you. You're accepted to law school," and he knew I was going to go to France. And he said, if I were you, what I would do is, I would pivot and get into technology. It's like, because it's new, a lot of people are not doing it. It was like, I would go to get a graduate degree and focus in business with a minor in technology, or a major in technology and a minor in business. And so I took him up on his offer. I can't say what he told me, but the words, but he was paying someone almost $80 to $100 an hour, and this was almost 30 years ago. And they were coming in and just working in the evenings. So what he mentioned is, you could not only get paid well in your day-to-day job, but you could also consult and have extra income coming in. And I did that to a certain extent. I got my MBA with a concentration in telecommunication management, which is really network management now. So when I finished, one of the workers in the accounts payable had a 18-year-old son working on the help desk. And I told her that I'm not ashamed to go and work on the help desk with teenagers. I was like, I'll do whatever it takes to learn, because I have a higher level of business acumen. I have the degrees, but I don't have the technical hands-on knowledge in the real world. So it took about 2 months to 3 months for me to get a job. I continuously called. I did an informational interview with it was a company called mcclain. I did an informational interview, and I asked the supervisor, is it okay if I call you back like every week or every other week to just see what's going on, see if you have any openings, or to get your recommendations as I'm out looking. So eventually I called and he said that you're in luck, someone quit yesterday. So I worked there for, I think it was 2 or 3 months. And he told me from the beginning that I can't give you any kind of management position. It's a basic help desk job. You'll be answering calls. You'll be working on routers, just doing basic router commands. You'll be working on cable boxes, just basic commands in the cable box. So I did that, as I said, for about 3 months, and I was promoted to team lead, and then from team lead to supervisor, and then from supervisor to network engineer, like all within a year. But that's how fast things used to work. It's because you didn't have a lot of competition. And that being said, not being negative, but with you guys, you have all the competition, millions and millions and millions of people. At that time, we didn't have
All right, thanks for
cybersecurity or any
saying
type
that.
of
That's all I
maintenance.
needed to know.
What is it? So you guys are in a tougher position, but that's good, because now with artificial intelligence and a lot of additional methods to study and to learn, as long as you get creative, you can put yourself in a position above a lot of other individuals. And how did I get to a position here at Gwinnett Tech? When I left the company mcclain, and I started working in the network operations center for a company called Level 3. I think it's Lumens now. So I did that, and I was running into issues finding full-time employees. And one of the employees had graduated from Gwinnett Tech, and he was really sharp. So I called him to the side and said, can you give me a few professors at Gwinnett Tech? I want to go and talk to them. I didn't tell him, I want to start recruiting from Gwinnett Tech, which I did. And I hired dozens and dozens of people from Gwinnett Tech. So it was kind of funny when they started, most of them came out of the Cisco networking program. So they came the first day, a lot of them were surprised how much money they made coming out of college, but the first day they sat down and they were like, what will we be doing? I said, oh, you'll be configuring, Juniper router. They said, oh, we have Cisco background, not Juniper. I said, well, I'm confident that if you know Cisco, you'll be able to learn Juniper quickly, which they did. And now some of them are directors, some of them are, architects, and they've done really well over the years. So I was so impressed with Gwinnett Tech, I joined the CIS advisory board. I did that for a few years, and I started coming and teaching, in the evening as a visiting professor. So they said that, well, why don't you just become an actual adjunct rather than just, coming in as a visiting professor? So I did that, and I've been here for almost 10 years, believe it or not, 9 years, 9.5 years. And I teach and have taught everything from computer concepts to all of the computer, cybersecurity classes, except Linux. I don't get into Linux. My background is in networking from some Windows, some Linux, but I've been in leadership positions the last almost 20 years. So my hands-on knowledge is in the class or talking to one of my managers when they run into an issue. I'm more at the architect level to see things, visualize, and put an infrastructure together. So with this class, it's going to be heavy into governance, risk, and compliance. So it's not called that, but basically that's what this class is, where you're putting governance around cybersecurity. And it's going to be an opportunity for you guys to collaborate with each other. I'll try to make it fun. Add some, as I said, some AI components to some of the lessons, and just make it as fun as possible. Whenever someone my late father-in-law said one time, if someone said something 3 or 4 times, start questioning them. I said fun about 4 times. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you guys not only fun, but learn the information and do it in as creative a way as possible. So you guys will learn a lot about me as we're going through the class and going through some of the lectures and talking. I'll digress for probably like 10 or 15 minutes and talk about my past and talk about some of the things you could do to gain jobs and try to make it entertaining for you guys. So that being said, any questions?
How are we gonna be able to access to the assignments with this access key? Because I don't have it.
We'll collaborate on that tonight before we leave and see, and then from there, I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like the lab as well as the actual, I call it text, but everything is virtual. So we'll go through all that. We'll watch a video on Sun Tzu, and before we leave is where I'll turn it over to you guys to work together. I'll walk around and we'll figure out how to gain access if you already have your keys. And then from there, we'll call it an evening. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
What time does this class end?
I think it ends at 11:59 p.m.
No, sir, I will not be. Don't count.
And we'll be out of here before 8:40, but it ends at 8:40.
By 8?
8:40 every Wednesday. So it's from 6 to 8:40.
So we'll leave by 8 o'clock?
Not sure. Maybe before, maybe after. I'll be around to 8:40. So unless you guys want to do lecture for chapter 1.
What'd you say?
We can go into that.
My what? Boldness.
Look, some students have told me we do not want to go early. We're paying for this class,
Who said
and we want
that?
everybody to stay in here until 8:40.
No, bro.
So when someone say that, I'm not gonna watch you as you go out, but You're welcome to say that, and I'll stay here.
Come on,
But
Mr.
your
Clan,
classmate
you
may
know
not
I
be
got a
good.
pregnant wife at home, I can't do that.
All
Let us
right,
out.
yeah, no, enough fun, let's go ahead and do the, you guys go and tell me a little bit about yourself, and what are some of your interests around technologies? So, you wanna get us started, or you
Yes,
have
sir.
a question?
My name is Syed Haider. I started in 2025 in January. I'm doing cybersecurity. I've been been interested in being a cybersecurity because I want to help other people in a company to keep their accounts and details safe from hackers trying to attack their details and compromise their identities.
Okay. Any idea what particular aspect of cybersecurity at this
From the
stage?
Cisco website that I learned.
Okay. Then when you say Cisco website,
Yeah.
so you're thinking more in lines of network cybersecurity?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Nice to meet you, Syed. Next, we got someone like over. You, Syed?
My name is. Oh, you said me, right?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Clinton. It's an interest, or why am I taking cybersecurity?
Yeah. Well, what are your interests,
Oh.
and then what are some of the technologies that you work with or interested in working with?
Well, my interest sparked from me working at Verizon Wireless. I worked there for 16 years. Was laid off in December. And that whole time though, that was my goal was to get into cybersecurity. I'm a real I like crime dramas, like figuring things out. I can read a crime book. So to me, cybersecurity was kind of like that, that thing. Like, hey, I like technology. I like to figure things out. I like to, try to figure out, why something is broken and fix it. So that's really, really all it is. Simple and plain, trying to find things that's broken, fix it.
Okay. So problem solver.
Problem solver, yeah.
All right. Good deal. Thank you.
I know which Verizon you work at. You helped me before.
Really?
I'm good with faces, I couldn't remember your name.
Oh.
Hey,
Small world. All right. Let's go over to here. Well, do we have here?
My name is Sami. I want to go into, I want to do pen testing, and also maybe get into digital forensics. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, good. Penetration testing, digital forensics. Linux is going to be a good friend of yours going in that path. So make sure you learn Linux very well, and it will help you as you progress towards your goal. Are you working in technology now?
No, I'm not. But I'm kind of just trying to figure everything out myself. Like at home, I have 2 computers, and one of them does run Arch Linux on it. But I'm just trying. I'm still learning.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, thank you a lot for that. Go ahead.
My name is Justin Brown, and I'm, of course,
I was in the whole time.
cybersecurity. I don't know what part I want to go into yet. I'm still kind of figuring that out. When I was younger, I never really got fully into internet. My brother was like on the computer, and with my dad working on the computer and stuff. I would say I didn't feel like I was really smart enough with all that. Then when I graduated high school, probably a couple months after that, my dad forced me into doing the cable with him. So I did cable for a good while. It was mostly Comcast, climbing up poles, problem solving, figuring out each of the boxes, the router, the modem, all of that. I liked the learning and the understanding of it. I I found out that I really liked that part. I hated climbing up poles and going to people's houses. But I did that for about a year. Quit it because I just couldn't do any more manually labor, like mental stuff. Then I got into warehouse work, which I was slowly doing most of the internet work there. It's run down my aunt. And I slowly started, just kept on doing it. Left for a little bit to go do Vivid work, so security systems. Then went back to the warehouse. Been there for probably over 6 years now. And my brother got his GED and determined, he said that he was going to go into networking. And I was like, I think I want to go back to school and learn something. And I asked everybody around me, and they all told me to do IT work, especially cybersecurity work. So I decided to take a kind of I built my own computer. Started messing around a lot more technology, and started taking some of the classes. It's been really interesting. Like, I'm enjoying learning. I don't know much. I would say I'm still at the very base level of it. Mostly Windows I mess with. I mess with a little bit of the Linux for classes mostly, really. I really focus on trying to learn as much as I can, and also just get as much like contacts and everything, just really making a connection to really jump into
Good deal, yeah, thank you. All right, next up, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Ray Ornelas, and I work for Trent Systems across the road, and of course it's systems, so I'm dealing with hardware with a quality tech, and I'm majoring in cybersecurity, so hopefully I can change my position. And it's kind of like a dead end position for me. I've been there too long, so hopefully all this education will change that.
Okay. So how big is, you said Trenton Systems, how big is the company?
Just right across the road there, we do like, major companies like IBM, yeah, Motorola, Raytheon, yeah.
All right, yeah, definitely, you'll put yourself in, make yourself more in demand by gaining the skills and picking some projects there if they allow you to do it. You start happy, and that's the way you'll be able to progress there. Or don't tell them I said it, or somewhere else.
Oh, that's my plan.
Mr. McClain,
Okay.
do you have a charger I could use for my Samsung phone? It only has 43%.
What is it, charging?
Yeah.
Oh, no, unfortunately, I don't. One of your peers may have one, an extra one.
Samsung.
USB-C? USB-C?
If anyone with a Mac charger,
This?
that's USB-C.
Yeah, I got a USB-C.
Thanks, man.
See, teamwork. All right, let's keep going. Let's go like over here. Or, oh, okay, sorry. Like how many more do we have? Yeah, go ahead, whoever's next.
But I didn't. Restored. I restored it. Restored it. Long time.
Okay, and your name again? I apologize. What was your name? Okay. All right. And you take the class and fall in love with cybersecurity, and one day you're more on the hardware side. I think hardware is, all of it is great, but hardware is something that I think it's gonna take AI sometimes, yeah, you can add AI and it can diagnose the hardware and give you alerts and everything, but when it's time to go into the data centers and hook up the routers, the switches, the connections, do the PCs, I think hardware is gonna be a job that's in demand for a while. Maybe we'll have robots and things to do it, but ultimately, you're always gonna need a human in the loop to, be the main person programming the robots, or the main person, for right now, doing the actual work. Appreciate it. You have anyone else on the first row, or?
No.
Oh, okay, let's go back to the next one.
I'm studying cybersecurity. The domain that I'm looking at is GRC. Aiming towards that. I got my ISO 27000 certification. I'm a veteran. I was in the Army for 5 years. Yeah.
Okay, good. GRC is a great way to get into the overall cybersecurity. And as you know, you have to be technical, but more at a level to where you just understand the technology, not where you have to go in and do a lot of configuration. So I commend you, and all of you guys are gonna do well with that. You do extremely well with the GRC, and you'll be able to contribute to the class a lot. Yeah, thank you. Next up.
My name is Javier. I'm studying cybersecurity. I'm working on getting my Security Plus certification. I want to work in like a SOC or a NOC while I'm still in school. Get some experience. I'm really interested in like technical risk assessment. Like I've done like network scans, like for my own network at home, and like did stuff at home. But
Okay. So, yeah, just another great area, like SOCs and NOCs. So they're changing with AI, but they still need individuals to work in those areas.
Thanks, man.
So that's another, you're gonna hear me say AI a lot, like things around everything that you're doing. You want to understand the basics of AI and be the individuals that can actually do the prompt engineering, or to set up the actual agentic AI at the SOCs and NOCs. So, very good. Yes, thank you. Next up, go ahead.
My name is Jordan. I'm in cybersecurity. I would say like my most interest is probably like networking, or probably just like working like, I guess like well, not like physically inside the computer, but just like internal like computer stuff. I do like problem solving, even though it's like very hard for me. Like I do like fixing like a situation.
Okay, all right, good. So networking, so you're gonna focus on, are you taking some of the Cisco classes here, or?
I think I took a couple already.
Okay.
It's hard for me to remember like the names, because I feel like every time I take like a new class, I kind of forget like what I did the last class. So it's like, there's a lot of notes I should look over.
Okay. Yeah, always do a lot of labs as well. That's all of you guys, even outside of the class. Pick wherever you have interest, build a lab, do it, save it on a GitHub or save it somewhere, and build a portfolio. So when you go to a job interview, they can pull up your portfolio, and they'll know from your education as well as your portfolio. You'll be able to dictate questions to them more than them asking you baseline questions. They already see that you have an understanding of baseline technology, around networking or whatever the area may be. All right, good deal. Next up, go ahead.
All right, my name is Alvin. I'm currently in cybersecurity. Don't really have a direct path that I'm kind of going. Network interests me, system, so far it's interested me, so it's just kind of like trying to figure out the path I want to go currently. But I love technology, so networking is problem solving. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay, yep, thank you, for that. All right, next up, yeah, go ahead.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Kendrick. You guys can call me KD.
What's correct, Kendrick?
I'm chilling, man. Yo, is it working?
It's a no-go.
Is it working for you right now?
No.
No?
No.
You got a
Anyway.
USB-C?
Yeah, I got a charge bank.
So, for those of you who know me, you know this is how I am. I'm scatterbrained all the time. So I'm constantly battling boredom and trying to keep things light. I don't take life too seriously, so if you do, stay away from me. I love technology. I don't dream of working, but I know you got to have money to survive, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do, especially because I got a 2.5-year-old and his brother will be here in November, so gotta do what I gotta do. And this is year 17 coming back, so I was here in 2008 with literally the guy who started this program, mcclain, and I'm taking one of his classes actually. He's overseas and he's really a boss. I didn't know you could just be overseas and be like, yeah, I'll be back class 5.
Who is it again?
Mehmet
Oh,
Kalinic.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking this class too.
Yeah, cool dude. Cool.
Where is he?
Were you in
He's in
the?
Yeah, the Zoom?
Yeah.
That was actually really good.
He's in Turkey, right?
Where?
Yeah,
Yeah, in
he's in
Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in Turkey.
Really dope guy.
Yeah.
So I can't say Turkey, it's Turkey.
Turkey. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They
So
changed it officially, they changed it officially.
that's facts. That's facts. So I'm constantly taking in information, and so I tend to get overloaded sometimes. But I'm here. I'm ready to learn, and I'm ready to finish. May 2027.
Okay,
My day.
good deal. All right, appreciate it. Which class did you guys take with my next?
It is, what's it called?
It's no good.
Network defense and counter.
Okay, yeah, I'll be good at that.
Yeah, like,
that side
it was
plugged
really,
in.
really fascinating.
Keep that side plugged in, but then like the other side,
Yeah.
let's like plug it in
All
here.
right, good deal.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a power
All
bank.
right, next up, go ahead.
I'm Rick, also in cybersecurity. Here, very, technologically savvy, typically a very tech savvy guy. And wanting to boost my, I'm taking this class. My ability to stay employed in the current job market. And one of the things I've started doing in my technological field lately is recently I've been coding the Harry Potter books. It's in LaTeX. I got an Overleaf account and I've been using it to code the Harry Potter books in LaTeX.
Okay.
Next, I can pull up. Next, I got Fraser Mask. I can pull up.
Right here.
Right here.
Okay, good deal.
Here. Oh crap!
Yeah, you're okay. I'm sometimes bad luck, don't worry.
Yeah,
Your computer died.
Don't do
No,
that.
you're fine. I'll get a chance to look at it
Have the
before the term
authority
is
to
over.
do that. You don't have the authority. The computer really doesn't have the authority to do that to me.
Yeah, but I'll look at it. Maybe not tonight, but I'll look at it before the term
Bring
is
it
over.
back. 3, 8, the 7, and the 2.
Yeah, and I may even look at it when we finish. So when you get it pulled back up, yeah, appreciate it. All right, next, we'll start on this side, all the way at the back.
Where do I need?
I'm in cybersecurity, and my interest is pen testing. And that's about it.
Okay, yep, pen testing, so the, forensics class will be good for the couple who said pen testing, maybe and probably all of you guys. It's a fun class where you get a chance to hack into things, to identify when individuals have made changes in systems. So that'll be a really fun class. And people usually take it towards the end, like one of the last two or three classes. It'd be nice if I've taught it a few times, and usually when I teach it, everybody in that class have taken me somewhere along the road, and we have a lot of fun with that one, so. All right, good deal. Next up.
Alright, my name's Xavier. I'm switching careers from music composition. I'm trying to get more into red team pen testing.
We have to rebuild.
I've done a little bit with a bug bounty or two. I run my own home lab to test stuff on as well.
Okay.
And I just here to learn as much as I can, try to get a job.
Okay, good deal. So have you made money from your bug bounty? You said bug bounty?
Nah, it was a free one.
Oh, okay. All right, well, yeah, that's a good way to learn. Like go in, test the different environments and like fixes. So yeah, you should also try to make some money with it. All right, good deal. Anyone else there? No. Okay, go ahead.
Jody doing the cybersecurity, but focus on network security. So focus on protecting like the whole network.
Okay. So how far along have you made it in the courses?
This is my second semester.
Second semester? Okay. Yeah, network security is you guys gonna hear me say all of the areas are good, but a lot of you will find out that your first job may not be technically cybersecurity, maybe IT or like networking. And ultimately, all of those operation type of IT jobs go hand in hand with cybersecurity. So that's usually the first step a lot of individuals take before they go directly into cybersecurity, unless they do GRC. Like that one is easier to go directly into cybersecurity. So networking is another very good area. So thank you. All right. How many? Do we have anyone in the middle? Go ahead.
Show that the name is resolved.
Sorry,
I'm very concerned. Black recognition.
I'm a bit of an emotional dude. I'm really shy.
Existence. It's the fact you do not know
They come to scam me, so that's why I'm here. But also, I love technology. I've been with my whole life. Born in 2005, so my generation knows technology, laptops, computers, and just ready to learn and get that job.
Okay, yeah, it's all of you guys are in a great place. I'll commend Gwinnett Tech. They do an extraordinary job helping students to get jobs. Maybe not directly, but being here and being able to network with professors, network with each other, leverage the career placement, leverage each other, and I've seen a high success rate. I usually tell my class that stick with it and get your degree, even if you get a job before you finish. It's gonna help you long term to have that degree and be able to use it and accelerate. Even now, things have changed dramatically from the time when I was younger. Like I used to stay even now I've stayed on the job for a long time. I won't say far too long, but now leverage your knowledge, leverage your earning power, and if you can't get your earning power where you are, get it somewhere, because ultimately when it comes to your career, your life, I may be wrong for saying it's all about being able to capitalize on income and to provide for yourself and your family. So always put yourself, do what you're supposed to for your organization, do the best job you can, but never underestimate the most important person at that company, and that's you. So always have that in the back of your mind, and you'll do well. You'll progress And who knows, one day, maybe one of the world's billionaires. Everything is possible once you're able to learn a technology, learn the way an industry works, learn the way the system works, and then just continue to progress. I have all the confidence in the world and everyone in this class. All right, I think that is everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So questions, concerns, anything before we? Yep, go ahead.
Is there a temporary access offer for the system?
You know something, let's wait until like the last 20 and 30 minutes of class. I'll show a video and then I'll walk around, we'll figure out how to use that access code. A lot of people I think say they have it. And if not, I may have to refer you guys to the bookstore, but typically we figure it out in the first day of class. All right, any other questions?
And how are we going to be able to access to the virtual labs?
Once you gain access with your code. And I'll show you guys all of that stuff and then we'll work towards.
Same as he asked?
Yeah.
For the access code?
Yep, access code is gonna be a key to everything. So,
Good.
So we'll get there.
This is frustrating.
Yeah, don't get frustrated. Class supposed to, remember I said fun about 5 or 6 times? Not frustrated, fun. All right, so let's watch this video. And why do you guys think I'm showing you a video first day of class called, let's go over to it. Sun Tzu and the Art of War.
Every battle is won before it's ever fought.
Yep, including cybersecurity. It's like the battle was won before it's even fought. Very good. So let's listen to this and then.
If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. It's comforting to believe that the world is all rainbows and butterflies, but the truth is, enemies are out there, lurking, vengeful, manipulative, and at times brutal. It's painful to accept this fact, that dark forces exist who are hell-bent on seeing you fall. Whether it be an oppressive government, a rival political party, an opposing sports team, a business competitor, or just a nosy neighborhood Karen, there are times when we cannot remain passive, and we must face an enemy. This video will explain how to defeat your enemy using the timeless wisdom of Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu was a 5th century BC war general, credited with authoring the Chinese text Sun Zi Bing Fa, better known as The Art of War, which is recognized as the earliest known treatise on war. Coined as the ancestor of all military books, The Art of War was written as a manual for ancient Chinese warfare, yet its teachings are used to this very day by politicians, generals, CEOs, and pro athletes. There are many ways to defeat an enemy. This video will examine 3 primary strategies, starting with the lowest form and ascending to the wisest.
Mark here, artist behind After School. What a time to be alive where we get to access ancient wisdom in books like The Art of War to teach us and guide us, but perhaps even more beneficial is to find a guide who's alive today. This is why I'm so excited to partner with today's sponsor, Strawberry.me, an online platform that connects you with amazing career coaches who know what works and who know how to help you get unstuck, get confident, and get moving. I am currently at a crossroads in my professional life, so partnering with Strawberry.me could not have come at a better time. Setting up my account all about coaching, and I came into the sessions with expectations. I thought the coach was going to try to give me advice or a curriculum to follow, but I was pleasantly surprised. My coach simply asked me questions. Attention was scattered across this experience. If you're at a cross school and receive or really listen.
Sun Tzu said, "Speed is the essence of war." The longer a battle endures, the more costly it becomes. Sun Tzu said, "There is no instance of a country having been benefited from prolonged warfare." Therefore, if you are to engage an enemy, Sun Tzu says, let your energy be likened to the bending of a crossbow, and your decision to the releasing of the trigger. Attack where he is weak, fall on him like a thunderbolt, and appear where you are not expected. With rapid maneuvers and surprise attacks, Sun Tzu was able to defeat much larger forces in almost no time, while expending very little of his own resources. His philosophy of strike hard, strike fast proved even more effective within his own military ranks. If Sun Tzu detected dissent, like laughter during a drill, he would strike like a thunderbolt, brutally and publicly punishing those who disobeyed his authority. Needless to say, this resulted in strict obedience. But Sun Tzu saw the use of force as a last resort. Much better to win a battle without lifting a finger. Sun Tzu says, "The skillful leader subdues the enemy's troops without any fighting. He captures their cities without laying siege to them. He overthrows their kingdom without lengthy operations in the field." So how was this done? How did Sun Tzu win wars without having to fight them? The answer? Psychological warfare. Sun Tzu saw that wars were won long before blood was spilt, and in ideal cases, without any blood being spilled. His primary tools were deception and sabotage. One of Sun Tzu's most famous maxims was, "All war is based on deception." Always pester your enemy. Keep them guessing. Never give them a break to rest. Drain their spirit. Appear weak where you are strong. Appear strong where you are weak. Hold out baits to entice the enemy. Simulate disorder where you are ordered. Conceal courage under a show of timidity. When you are active, appear inactive. Sun Tzu's true plans were always a mystery. He was a master of stealth and manipulation. Sun Tzu said, "O divine art of subtlety and secrecy, through you we learn to be invisible, through you inaudible, and hence hold the enemy's fate in our hands." Never show your cards. Reveal as little information as possible, and the information you do reveal is revealed intentionally to deceive. While Sun Tzu's opponents were playing checkers, he was playing 4D chess. Sun Tzu would send out spies, called doomed spies, which he intentionally wanted to get captured by the enemy. These doomed spies were fed false information. The enemy would capture these spies, interrogate them, and then act on false intelligence, leading them right into Sun Tzu's traps. This tactic is used in modern warfare, where militaries send coded transmissions of fake plans, with the code being designed to be cracked. A quiet enemy is a dangerous one. By misleading the enemy with false information, you can get them to respond, and therefore uncover their strategy and expose their weakness. But the most efficient way to sabotage your enemy is to let them self-sabotage. It takes a great deal of energy to face an enemy head-on, but seeing where they are moving astray and guiding them in that direction takes almost no energy. Never interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake. This concept is hilariously illustrated in this clip from season 2 of The Office. When Dwight is trying to threaten Ryan, Ryan sees that Dwight's plan is foolish and will surely backfire, so he wisely does not resist and allows Dwight to carry out his mistakes.
Okay, I'm gonna need to search your car. Give me your keys.
I am not giving you my keys.
Don't make me do this the hard way.
What's the hard way?
I go down to the police station on my lunch break. I tell a police officer what I suspect you may have in your car. He requests a hearing from a judge and obtains a search warrant. Once he has said warrant, he will drive over here and make you give him the keys to your car, and you will have to obey him.
When your opponent is making
That
a
is
point,
priceless.
oftentimes the most convincing approach is not to combat their idea, but simply guide their argument in the wrong direction. Allow them to contradict themselves. Allow them to be exposed by their own words. Influence their tactics to drive off a cliff. When dealing with an enemy, it's always important to remember that the goal is not to see how much harm you can inflict on them. The goal is to get what you want, while doing the least amount of harm to yourself. Make your desired outcome seem like the best option for everyone. Sun Tzu says, "Give your enemy a golden bridge to retreat over." Make their concession feel like a victory for them. Oftentimes, battles prolong because of ego. If you can appeal to your enemy's ego and make them feel good about the result you want, then ultimately you will get what you want and everyone will be happy. This is how expert negotiators make deals. So often it is emotion, not logic, that hinders an agreement from being made. So instead, offer a graceful exit. Give the other side a way to change course without admitting defeat. Preserve their dignity. People resist when cornered. They accept when they feel respected and in control. Sun Tzu made a point to always treat enemy soldiers he captured with the utmost kindness. A strong, loyal ally is far more valuable than a bitter rival. Kindness is the ultimate killer. Make the opponent's loss feel like a win for them. It's also worth mentioning that we must choose our enemies wisely. Sun Tzu said, "He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight." Your enemy will be in one of two states, fight or flight. Do not engage if they are in fight mode. This battle will be difficult, and you might be outmatched. Instead, force your enemy into flight mode. This makes them vulnerable. An enemy on the run is open to attack. Sun Tzu says, even when you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. An animal who feels cornered will fight to the death, but an animal on the move can be easy prey. Lastly, the highest form of defeating your enemy is through preparation. Sun Tzu said, plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Act on the great while it is small. Strangely enough, being absolutely ready for war is the best insurance to avoid war. It is no noble deed to be harmless. The noble man is supremely dangerous, but voluntarily chooses to be peaceful. Like the Japanese proverb attributed to legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi, it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. One should always train and be ready for hardship, so they are not caught unprepared if difficulties arise. Preparation entails being radically honest with yourself about where your weaknesses lie. Where are you open to attack? What things need to be addressed that you've been ignoring? These questions are simple, but few want to ask them, for the answers can be painful. It forces us to confront the fact that we're our own worst enemy. The qualities we despise in others are actually alive within us. Much easier to point a finger and blame external factors than to integrate our own demons. But Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. The balance of the universe is found in that our inner world is a reflection of the outer. So if you suppress and neglect your own inner problems, then external enemies show up at your doorstep. The greatest warriors knew this, which is why they prepared for war in times of peace. Preparation reduces fear and increases confidence. With strong preparation, there is no need for deception, sabotage, or violence. Preparation is how to defeat your enemy before they become your enemy. This is the recipe for a peaceful life.
Alright, so that was Sun Tzu, and we'll, not so much tonight, but as we go through the course, we'll use some of the concepts from Art of War in order to look into building
you an
cybersecurity programs. And, well, pardon?
I sent you an email.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Email on Blackboard.
Oh, yeah, we'll build it out, and then we'll be able to explain exactly how to outthink the adversary or the hacker, and they're doing the same thing as we go through the course. They're thinking of ways to gain access into your infrastructure. So this class is where you're building governance around your infrastructure and looking at the risk that someone mentioned penetration testing. A penetration tester will go in, test your environment, and identify different risks that vulnerabilities that are in place, and then we'll look at how do you build out a risk registry around those vulnerabilities. We'll talk about, in some cases, you accept the risks, some cases you don't accept, and you number the different type of risks. But we'll get into all that, I think, in week 5 or week 6. What else we have? What I'll do now is, instead of going into a lecture, we'll look at, let's go to, so before we go through the different weeks and some of the lessons, has everyone finished the no-show assignment?
Yes, sir.
I will. No, it's due on the 23rd.
Yeah, go ahead and do it tonight. We're gonna take a 1 minute, two, I think, how long did it take you guys to finish?
I think I did mine too.
Oh, okay. So, I'm still gonna pause a minute. Whoever didn't, just go in and do it. Only takes a second, a few minutes. And let's go back to And I don't think I have to go through Blackboard, right? Everyone has this is not your first class, so everyone, does everyone know you go to start here and that's where your assignments are?
Oh, yes.
And what I do as well is every Monday morning, I'll send out an overview for the week of which assignments are due and what we'll cover in class. So I'll send that, starting not this, upcoming Monday. And once we get to class, we'll go through, we'll do a brief PowerPoint, we'll look at the lab, we'll go through, after, like I said, get creative with the AI. So I'll give you guys a prompt. No, actually, I'll add the prompt into my announcements on Monday. So I'll allow you guys to go in and run those prompts. And when you come to class, we'll be able to talk through how the prompts help you when it comes to either the lab or when it comes to the lesson. And we'll play it by ear. Like we'll do it a few weeks and see what can be adjusted and what's working. But overall, I'll make sure I cover all of the material that you're gonna be tested on, so that a lot of times we'll even go through a few practice tests, very similar to the tests that you'll have weekly as well as final exams. Let's see what else we have. And let's go through the actual, I'll show you how the book is set up. And then after that, I'll walk around and allow you guys to work together, and we'll try to figure out how to get your codes to work properly. But once you do get your code set up, you'll be able to click on the actual assignment. It will be starting next week, will be lesson 1. Tonight is lesson 0 or pre-assignment. So when you click on, let's say, get started, it takes you to Cengage. And Cengage is your, some people have done work, it looks like. But Cengage is your actual, your textbook to where your labs will be, as well as all of your reading material. And you will click on, like for example, welcome to your course. And this talks you through what the course is, expectations. I want to go back. You'll be able to click. Your virtual lab. You got it. So this is just a PDF walking you through the actual steps in your virtual lab. And the virtual labs are built off of Microsoft. So you'll go into, it'll take you there, learn.microsoft. And I just put group policy management console. It's a lab you'll take later in the term. But you'll be able to understand what a group policy management console is, to walk through it, and then it'll walk you through, like it's prerequisite, but it'll walk you through each step in the lab. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to build out the lab. But what I'll do is I'll add an AI component to that as well, and get you to prompt and put in and copy and paste some of your labs. And I'll make sure the prompt doesn't just spit out the answers. It helps you to learn. So we'll do that starting Monday when I send out the email, or it'll be email and also announcement. Let's see. And you guys, insurance, make sure you do your knowledge check as well. Once you click on knowledge check, it'll take you to get a baseline of how much you know about, cybersecurity. You do start the assignment, and then it'll pull up the, oh, this is actually lab, your lab environment is being built. So one knowledge check is lab, one knowledge check is, just questions about cybersecurity and policy and procedures.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
This semester, I'm not sure if it's for everyone, if it's, our program, but a lot of the books were included with Follett. So this, we're just buying the codes, is that correct?
That's a good question. I could double check. I know a few people have said it. Yeah, go ahead.
I got in contact with, Ms. Simpson.
Okay.
She said it was an issue on Syndicate's side,
Sir,
that it was an issue on their side.
Oh, okay, so that's why no one could load.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
we don't have to purchase any codes?
No. You guys are
So,
in good shape.
I'm just wondering, do we do this, do we do that in class or?
As far as the lab?
For this?
For this, all of it is for outside of class, but I'll give time as well in class to do some of these labs. And you see, it's slow, so. So the lab, do okay. So I'll check, I'm glad, thank you for that information. I'll check and find out when Cengage is gonna fix whatever issue they have going on.
sir, we still need to access the labs here, the virtual ones.
Yes, after you get access to the code, you'll be able to get into the lab.
That's what we need.
Let's do this. Once you gain access, you'll be able to go through, read the weekly assignments. And we'll go through these more in the PowerPoint format and like go through each of the chapters. But okay, you guys have questions, concerns, anything about what we've covered tonight?
Sir.
We're still gonna try the lab, I mean, not the lab, but the code and see if they fixed it. So when did you talk to Dr. Stinson?
Yesterday morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's play around and see who we actually get it to.
So my money class, it was like this is yours. And Monday, it was just like this. But then it's sent another day where it's not.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you did something on this side.
That's probably, is that Cengage also?
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
So we use that with a different question. But the link, it should work somehow. I don't know what
Okay.
this one is.
Yeah, click on the network. Yeah, which on the one that, yeah, the one that's working. I'm sure everyone has multiple classes, right? So are some of the others working, like the Cengage?
Some are doing the same things.
Someone's working. Oh, I'll reach out to Cengage. I'll talk to Dr. See what she has asked to say. I think that's her, is that her class? She teaches me.
Which is weird, I don't know why it's coming up as her,
Her wife.
because, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But his career coach there,
Oh, okay, so maybe she pushed everything out. So I'll talk to Andrew. She must have done something with this class. If it's her name and everything is working. Yeah.
just seems like it's something
Yeah, I'll talk to her, and then I'll call Cengage as well and find out if there's anything, since she said it wasn't working properly. I think the time is this week. If I have to, I'll push it back, so, we got it. Not penalize anyone from having access. And the good thing about this class is it's until December, so if I have to, I'll do two lessons in 1 week, so you guys will be fine. All right, questions, concerns? If not, you guys are free to, call it in the evening, and I'll be here, so if anyone has anything to chat about, and I'll have some time to play around with this Cengage as well. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone. Let's see.
I just checked on it. Are we ready to go?
Yes, you guys are fine. You can
Yesterday was 161.
leave early today, it's fine.
1401.
Oh.